Right, guys, the latest. It's now 5 on Saturday, the 25th of June. I'll be honest, I'm getting a bit bored and a bit fed up. I'm actually joining up with all the adult sites to sell myself. Why not, but I suppose you gotta be careful, ain't you? There's some right weirdos out there, and I don't want to end up dead on GHB. I mean, there was a time when I was on Fab Swingers, and you could say I thought about, I suppose you could say I was desperate, really, just for I was in London, and as I am now, and it's a pretty, it can be fun to visit, but living here is it's a bit of a dive, really. It's a bit of a shithole. But yeah, I'm actually quite wound up. Actually, it's taken me 4 hours to get my medication, and I'm actually getting quite addicted to it. Clonazepam. It's kind of keep me calm and keep me cool. It's kind of a strange effect it's having on me. It's kind of balancing me out, but they keep trying to sneak the sodium valproate in, which I hate with a passion, and I'm not overly keen on the olanzapine because it spaces you out a bit, and people try and play games with you on it, so I'm not that happy with that one. But yeah, I'm joining up with these sites, but it's hard to know whether to trust them, really, and more to the point, you have to jump through so many hoops to succeed, and is it all worth it is a question, but you don't know unless you try. But what I'm really gutted about is not being able to work for this company who have been absolutely amazing with me. I feel pretty bad about letting them down, really. But for some reason, they're not bothered. They don't ask any questions. They don't ask why you haven't attended. They don't ask why you can't make it. They never hassle you. They just put you on the next job, and if you can't make that job, they don't mind. I've never seen anything like it, but it's called event staffing. But they are a magical company to work for, and I keep talking about this karma business, but obviously I am beginning to reap my rewards, but I'm not going to get overly confident because that's a mistake I made in the past a lot when I was younger, and that's what's got me on these horrific substances. So I'm very wary about getting too confident and over cocky, and that comes with age, doesn't it? I mean, there's a couple of lads I was up with up in Nottingham, younger lads, and they were quite arrogant. They thought they were British Army, and I will go into that story fully and explain exactly in very minute detail how this has all come about. I've talked about bits of it, but not the actual full extent of everything, from being on Burford Road and all the stuff that's happened around Derby and Sheffield and Leeds and the lakes and the peaks and Ashbourne and Uttoxeter and Burton and Derby and in the cinemas and and in the gyms, Newark, Retford. I've been around all these areas, and it is absolutely magical part of the country. There's no word for it. It is absolute bliss. I love it to bits, and like I keep telling people, and I keep saying to myself, and I keep telling you lot, it is the heavens at work. It's God's work, and I'm not saying I'm the prodigal son. I'm not saying I'm an apostle, although I think that's potentially how this pizza name has come about, because as people know, in Burford Road, I do set the animals off when I'm in the right place, when my heart's open, when I'm in a gentle place, when I'm in a loving place. And that's just the magic that I managed to have. It's keeping it up that's a problem, and when I'm in my flat, I will reach that stage and then I'll have to block what's going on around me and not stay open to it, because it turns into hate and anger and negative emotions that will obviously cause me pain, because people want to beat me up, because I don't really fully understand it myself, but it's kind of that magic, that perfect feeling, and then people maybe get bored or jealous. I don't know what you call it, but the mood changes, a bit like Eminem says, being spit out, moved off stage, kept rhyming the next cycle, let's believe something, next cycle. Anyway, those lyrics I can't fully remember at the moment, but it's a bit like that. So I kind of cut off from what's going on the street when I'm in my flat, and I cut off from it completely. I shut my heart down, and I go into more of a mode where I'm focused on trying to take the next step. And like I explained to the lady at the council yesterday, who I yabbered on to for about an hour, probably bored her to tears, or probably didn't. She's probably very interested, but my conversation can go off in all sorts of different levels and all sorts of, they call it tangents, but the thing is, if you can have a million conversations going on at once and skip, and also be able to, I did it with a bloke called Stuart in Shelton Hospital. I can't remember the name of the restaurant now, but it was to be able to do that is just magical. It really is. It's a mind-blowing experience that I've only managed to do once. And actually what I'm trying to do is actually put myself in places in my life where everything has been so perfect, but not just in one situation, in about 1,000. Being able to clear up off the break, smashing every ball into the pocket and doing it within about a matter of seconds. I've had that before. I've had this amazing relaxation where my body, this was in Shelton as well, Shelton Hospital originally. And the relaxation, she said things like the energy going up and down your legs. I've tried it in the Bracton, it didn't work. But when I was in Shelton, it was a I wouldn't call it holy, but a magical experience. So yeah, like I said, and then you got the Minority Report where, when he does all those squares, you can actually, what I'm trying to do is put I think I've already done it actually, I don't think I need to do it anymore, but I'll let you know what I mean by that is, you've got all your areas of your past, like say you've lived in one area, you lived in another area, you put all the people into those areas, and then you've got your ex-girlfriends, all the other, well in my case escorts that I've used and been with and had magical experiences with. We're hitting that 9/11 mark again, so I'm gonna stop on that one. But yeah, that's very interesting, being able to put everything away into boxes in your head, and it's called clear thinking, and I've still got a bit of pain regarding the stuff that may or may not have been taken away from me, but I have now got a lot more support, and the authorities are now involved in more than one area in the Nottingham area, and that includes many different powers. And I don't want to get arrogant or full of myself or think everything's going to be solved, because it doesn't usually work like that, but I'm feeling a lot more positive. Anyways, I've got a shitload more to say, but I'll cut it there. I don't know how much longer I'm going to make these videos, because I don't think there's a lot more to say really. So this may be one of the last times you hear these videos, and then I'll be hopefully back out on the open road, and then we can really start having some fun again. But I suppose I've got to talk to my doctor about that and ask him whether he agrees with me doing that, because obviously things have happened to warrant the need or the requirement for me to be in a place like this. And I think it is mainly down to the fact that my mind was working so clear that I was working way too much out about world politics and all the rest of it, and drawing in undercover teams and groups who didn't like the way I was thinking. And you know, that is what needs to be explored and looked into. And you know, if they told me to think like that, then fair enough. But you know, what more can I say really? Speaks for itself. See you later.